respectfully call yourself people. Grand Rising. So we're back. I'm waiting for some of you to come back in the room. Like I said, I've been moving. Oh, I'm so tired. And it's so crazy. So much crazy stuff has been happening. But while I'm out, as you can see, I'm out in the car. Um, we have rioters. They say it's Trump supporters that stormed the White House, the U.S. Capitol. Fly. And you know what? The police are slowly responding. Slowly responding. Why? Why? Because it's them. It's them. Is this not amazing? I was saying in my other video, is this not amazing how there's two Americas? These people get privilege. You back, Kathy? Hey. Everybody's back. Good evening. Hey, Annetta, Corey Baker. Hey, Corey. Look. Y'all, are y'all understand? I had to get on. I'm out here and I am going to get my schedule, my cable, my internet. Greetings, young elder. I sent you an email. I don't know if I received the email back from you after I sent you the information. Hello, B1 Vanessa. B1. Look, I don't know what the heck is going on, but these white supremacists stormed the White House. They said police are slow to respond. What they're not telling nobody is that a woman was shot. They only took a picture. They say they don't have any information on her right now. And then they said the police are sitting back. They've been gathering. They made it seem like it was just a few of them out there. I had my husband's phone earlier. He's in the store. It's going down, fam. Y'all be safe out there. Jayut said, yes, but you know what? You know what? It has to happen. It has to happen. Because this is what you see. I heard the interview and they said that these are Trump supporters. And one lady, she was on there, she was like, she's never seen anything like this in her whole time where Trump is inciting violence and everything. No, it's violence against what? The government. See, what people don't understand, and this is to you racists out there too, what people don't understand is that when white people feel like their rights is violated, they get to exercise their rights as a U.S. citizen and as a human. You have the right to speak your voice. But the difference is if it was us, there would have already been shots fired. When shot fired, somebody would have kept firing. We would have been, what? Victims, put in jail and everything. They're just now calling in the National Guard. You know they would have been did this. These are thousands of people because these white militants, you want to know what? They have guns too. That's because it's them. The people in the Senate is the people, family who are doing these rioting. I'm back. I'm on live. The people, family are the ones that's doing the rioting because they're the ones that's so used to having this white privilege in America. This rich privilege. See, it's not American. Why are they mad? Because Mitch McConnell, I told y'all, the real president of the United States, lost, which is a good thing. But a bad thing too, because they said that this is the first time since 2011 that the Democrats have the House and the Senate again. So remember, 2011, y'all, remember, we still, as black melanated people, struggling. Still school to prison pipeline. All this injustice happened under the Democrats. So we need to stop playing that Democrat game. We're not playing that Democrat game with them. Thank you, Kathy. Like, share, support, hit the thumbs up. But I want y'all to see how two Americas are right before our eyes. Only white people get to get guns and storm. Racist white people, MAGMA. They say MAGMA, they name, they change. First they wore hoods. Then they went and infiltrated the police department. That's why the police is so slow to respond. Then next thing you know, Sebastian Cornell said, this is all staged. If it is, it's their government. That's why we need our own nation within a nation. So that we can exercise our human rights. So that we can have a say-so. Because when it comes down to these people, they leave us out. They leave us out. But we get to get punished. We get to get everything. But do you see what I see? You see a bunch of white people attacking another bunch of white people, and they all claim Democrats and Republicans. They relabeled themselves so you won't know who the enemy is. And then they force me and you not to call white people bad people or racist and all this other stuff. Let me see if I can see your comments. I can't see the comments. There you go. Yes, they want to call they call us racist. Well, they racist. We cannot call them racist. We can't say anything back to these people. But they get to they exercise their privilege right in front of our faces. As soon as we out in the street, because we're tired of being shot, we get everything negative, nothing on the positive note. That's right. And now they call, now look at this. We used to march and protest because our human rights. We're the first people to do this. These people piggyback, when we started, piggyback off of expressing your right. They already got voices. I'm outside right now. I can drive down every street and I will never find a black business until I dig deep in the holes of America. One or two, you lucky if you live in a predominantly fast city where there's predominantly black people like Atlanta, New York. You might get some places, but in the rest of the world, there's not predominantly black people that's ruling anything. These people are privileged. They get everything, and now they're mad because their privilege has been taken away. Why? Because Mitch McConnell is racist. Are we not agree? Everybody's blaming Trump. Trump ain't did this shit. Trump is just one of millions of them. He just happened to be the president. One of them out there storming the building could have been the president. We don't never know because they don't never get investigated. They don't never get interrogated. Nobody investigates white supremacy. Nobody investigates the racists because it's all quiet and good. Long as they're getting what they want. What do they want? They're not, they took away they took from us going in rioting. We were rioting because our rights, police killing us. Now we went from rioting to what they call us. No, we went from protesters to rioters. Right?
Yeah.
Now, my husband in the phone now. I mean, here now. We went from protesters to rioters, right? Now they call us the rioters, and they make it seem like we're doing something so bad because we want our rights. But these same mother effers are out here mad because Mitch McConnell lost. They don't care about Trump. It's Mitch the bitch that lost because that's who held the power. You can see it. Trump said give 2,000. How come ain't nobody listen to the president? Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me. How come ain't nobody listen to the president when he said give everybody $2,000? The president that they voted for. Because them people out there riding, they caught up in this lie of white supremacy too. They just, everybody is on this board of white supremacy and they got different pieces. If you look like the white supremacist or abide by the white supremacist rule.
See, their benefits going to be cut off since Mitch McConnell is no longer there.
Thank you. They benefits get cut off.
Yeah. You know they look out for each other.
See, the thing about Trump, he came out looking after his people. That's why they don't want people that look like me and you in office, so we won't look after our people. So we won't go in there and dig into the secrets. So that we won't have power over them files that they keep hiding about how they infiltrated the black neighborhoods, the black families. I even told my husband, I said, I believe Area 51, because you know they always call us aliens. Thank you. So Kathy said, please do not use foul language in the chat. You can put that in code instead. Thank you, because I have to talk in code a lot. I understand. Because they get there, but if we want our voice to see what I'm saying, they get to write the rules because they have the power of this nation. The only way that we're going to take powers away is to take our bodies and our effort and our energy away, because they get to do this stuff. There is a pile of white people right now attacking the so-called government. But even though y'all, whatever with the NFAC, with Grandmaster Jay, this black man was still arrested because they said he pointed at them. These people get to storm the Capitol once again. This is not the first time they done stormed the Capitals. A state Capitol, but this is the U.S. Capitol now. With guns, a threat, but nobody fears for their life.
Right, that's what made me
Nobody fears for their life. What you say?
I said that's what I was thinking. Remember we were talking about? I was like, what if we'd have done that? Some black people would have done that. We'd have been dead by now.
The army would have been in. People been arrested.
Yeah,
the police wasn't arresting them. Why? Because they are the police.
Bombs.
Those with the ideology. That's the way they think. White supremacy is not a person, a place, a thing. It's just that a bunch of people are practicing white supremacy, and that white people started it because they wanted to get ahead. And then even black people are about more worst white supremacists ever, because white supremacy is a system. See how the system works? When they do stuff, they don't attack and punish themselves like they would do us. They don't like to lose because they have been cheating their way through everything that, not trying to be funny, the world that we live in of America, even though white people say they worked hard, no, boo, you would not be ahead. You were probably, they don't know what working hard is because they were put ahead of everybody. Where it's comfortable for them to walk in and get a job. We all go to the colleges, we all do this and that. But yet when we go out there, it's people that look like them blocking the way. And that's the system, because they all got the same mind to put themselves ahead of anybody else by any means necessary. Peace and blessing, Pride Bentley. It's amazing to me that they are out here with guns. You remember they stormed the Capitol in Michigan, and remember I told you that the senators, the commissioners, they ran into the other room and locked the doors. Now they bringing out the guard. You know what they said what did they say on the CNN? They said that they're clearing the way, and because they don't want night to fall, because now they don't know what's going to happen at night. Now remind you, these same white supremacists was burning black flags, Black Lives Matter flags, and what they were doing to black churches, they were vandalizing black churches.
When they were lighting crosses.
That's because they've never been punished. That's their grandparents showed them to do this. Their great grandparents. But we don't exercise the same rights, melanated people or people who want black supremacy. I'm gonna start saying black supremacy, because we need some type of power. Because they don't agree with each other, but yet they will not punish each other like they punish us. Some Pride Bentley said, yes, Queen, was just listening to this BS. Look like Pence had to flee the ground. That's what I'm saying. They cleared the way. He left. Pence left. The vice president left. All the senators left. They're clearing the way because they don't want nightfall. But why they doing this now? One police officer, they could have did like they do black people. Get out there and rough them up like they do us. Get out there and shoot. Where's the tear gas? Right. Where's all the chaos? I want them to be treated like black people, since it ain't no racism going on.
Where the riot,
Becky, Billy.
Where the riot gear at?
That's because they are the police. When are we gonna start calling out what it is?
The shields.
It's their families. It's their uncles, aunts, cousins, nephews, nieces. Why do they run and let their people, and they say they want to clear the way for them before night falls? How come they ain't in jail? We got lots of hours before nightfall. All the motherfuckers should be arrested by now. We know they throw down, they shoot black people in their back and get away with it. That's why we need our own nation. That's why we got to start saying we are a separate nation. Because they already put us in a category, they just ain't gave us a label yet. We are the underground, the underdogs. You see it. I'm not making this up. Am I making it up? What is happening? We all know. We talk about it all the time. It's a saying. When we see something happen, when white people get away with pushing the police, doing this, we always say what? They get away with it. What we say, if they were black, that wouldn't happen. It's like it's normal for us to walk around and allow white people to get away with what they do. Yup, the police who shot that black boy in the back, I just seen it the other day, Pride Bentley. He got off. They justified it. How the hell you justify shooting somebody in the back? You know what I'm saying? How you justify that? White supremacy. Hey, Nikki. A white supremacist system. That's how you justify it. Because it's a system where you get to ignore your human rights.
You notice I'm going the wrong way.
Where you going? There is no justification. But the only thing we're gonna have to do is hold strong. Like I said, all of y'all, we got the cable. I got my internet, not cable, internet on now. Yeah. We going to the old house. We out here doing some stuff, but they don't look at. No, they don't. And then they treat us, and they pass this ideology on. It's like you don't say, but you do. It's like everybody, white supremacy, white privilege, it automatically falls in line. We see it. That's why when the white woman is acting up and the first thing she do is bring out the white tears, because she knows that there was always a sense of feel pity for the white woman. Oh, Jacob Blake pulled through. Who is he's the one with the Subway sandwich in his hand that they shot? Because I've been off with the stories, but the Capitol. This is what you, and then they get on here, and then let me tell you how America don't even give us a peace of mind to even express our feelings. We're mad with the same people who storm in the White House. That's who your enemy looks like. There they go. The people who want me and you enslaved. The people who don't mind drugs being planted in our neighborhood. The people who don't mind our ancestors, our grandparents and great-grandparents working hard for them to have the jobs and the success that they have and not to repay us.
I can go to Lowe's and get the house. Yeah.
And not to repay us. Said my uncle in New York, Sister Black said my uncle in Newark, New Jersey. Hold on. When he was 15, a cop shot him in the back and killed him back in the 1940s. I just remember when I was in the Bronx and we was in New York, in the building, the police used to shoot people. I remember the police pushing the boy out the window with his arm being broke. It was like, I remember the police, they was like, next time, I remember people like, next time the police gonna kill him, probably he need to go. I remember sometimes when he come there and say, run, I remember the police. I distinctly remember stuff as a child, but it was normal life. So you don't complain. See, that's how they have us. They have us thinking this is the way of life. You did something wrong. Pray to the God they gave you, the book they gave you. That's your solution to the man-made problems they created, which is white supremacy and this racist, unfair system. America could run good. When it was started, it was after slavery when a black man became president. But those racists got in the government and infiltrated the government and switched it. That's why there was it was the United States of America and it was America. That's why that's why they completely erased the first black president and why the first black president built the Treasury Department and everything else. Then they learned with that power, they always learn from us that they can go in here and infiltrate. What you see, infiltrate and twist things so that they can get things back. Thank you, James, for your donation. Much love. It'd be open season if they were black. You right. We know this. That's why we need our own. The nation that we're creating, that we're going to build together, is going to be for us, because we got to sit up here and see that if we don't have a voice to stand strong, they're going to keep playing this one side of the fence, the good slave master and the bad slave master. Every slave master didn't beat and kill they slaves and rape them, but they still were slaves. They kill, steal, and destroy everything they touch, and then they convince me and you that this is the natural way of life. That me and you we did something so bad to God that we are cursed now, and that they get to get away with this, and everything is so fine. It's the Lowe's down bill. You know what I'm saying? They tell us that. Somebody said, y'all look at TJ, the football prophet. He's talking about the same thing you're talking about. Because this is how the system is. The system is religion, the finances, and how you get to the finances, and the education, and then the resources. They control the land. With the land, they tell you what to do on it, how to do it. Then how they control the land with a false government, unfair taxes. They control it with guns and threat and fear. Vaccinate us so that we can be crippled, only to work till we die. Why they inflate prices and inflate prices? Why we making us think it's a system, which it is, but the system is to benefit not the people. Whether you white or black, whether you any other, the system is to benefit white people, not all white people. Because you're gonna have they had to have some poor whites out here so the system can blind you to make you think that everybody is struggling. So that they got into the government and they started twisting the government the way that they wanted to twist it.
They call them casualties of war.
That what you call the white people that's poor with baby?
Casualties of war.
Casualties of war.
You always gotta have somebody to die for the cause.
That's right. This is an ancient war. This is not a war from Germany. This is an ancient war. When these people crawled out and decided that they were going to do, like, you know how we call people grimy that you help. You want to help people, but when you help them, they stab you in the back because they don't want the help. They want everything you got. That's the war we're fighting.
Right. They don't want your help.
They didn't want our help.
What you got?
They want our melanin, so now they mix with us because they know that they had to sustain. It said it's corruption at its highest. Many violations to the title 18 USC 242 and 243. These people never be delivered over to the ICC, enforce the Declaration of Independence and abolish the government. I mean, it's going to come down to that because these people are mad because it's all about money. They got no more money left. They robbed everybody. That's why. Do you know what they just did? I'm gonna do a video about that. Do you know what they just did with the stimulus? All these people waiting on their stimulus with children and all that, my daughter and all them, they got to file that on their income tax. I think I said it on one of the videos. They robbed everything. They play this thing. Now it's time for the good slave master to come in. It's time for the good slave master, the Democrats, to come in and help lick the slaves. Everybody's a slave. We just play different positions, just like on the movie Life. Remember Hoppin' Bob? He had power. He could tell every other person on that camp what to do, and he was up under the slave master. He had freedom on that camp, but he was still a slave.
Still locked up, wasn't
he was still locked up. He had the power to do what he needed to do for the system. And that's how these white supremacists is. Because the white supremacists in America is not even the system. The system is the Vatican. The system is all these European countries. When they sat together and carved up Africa at the Berlin Conference, it was to singe their way into the black nation all over. The slavery didn't start with the United States. It was an effort by all white people in the European countries to tackle and take over the resources of the people in the black countries and the African countries and the Caribbeans, because we had fruits, vegetables, resources, everything they did not have. When we showed them passages back and forth, they took advantage. What you see is a bunch of people who are used to having their way. But America can't hold them, just like when Abraham Lincoln was trying to tell them back then. It's no balance. You cannot, we are still slaves. Our income as black people has not changed since slavery. They give us the illusion with credit. That's why half of us in debt and all that stuff. I got to tell my story. I'm going to go live tomorrow about all the stuff I go through with business. They give us an illusion that we're included and that we can make as much money as them. We could do all this. No, they already. I'm gonna show you something. Everywhere you go, they already got everything. You can get in, but they have already solidified the app. Even if me and you make an app, who actually owns the internet now? Who actually owns the equipment companies? You know what I'm saying? They made sure they singed their hands into the destruction of black people all over. Long as we keep believing that there's a higher power. And how they did it was they hate the woman. They hate the woman. Hey, how you doing, Bagani? But these people, what you see is a bunch of privileged people who America could no longer take care of. They have created a bunch of dependent white supremacists who are dependent on this system keeping us down. But we're doing too much talking, too much uplifting, because the prices should not be the prices. It makes no sense. You cannot cut down trees, put your face on it, and then tell everybody you cannot afford to feed everybody because it costs too much. It's costing us our oxygen as they cut down trees. It's costing us a lot more. We gotta start peeling the onion off this white supremacist system and look at things for what they is. Thank you. Probably Bugani told Pride Benny he's enjoying the show. Because we need to pull it. We gotta see what we facing. That's the whole point of a nation. So that we can stop. See, it seemed like they already put voices. They say, okay, that's why they got all these organizations and programs that never dig us out this hole. We keep saying we want to separate, but we don't understand with all our differences, we can still separate. We just have to understand what is the one goal? Our humanity, our freedom. No matter if you LBGT, NFAC, the Muslim. Well, y'all, where Lowe's at? You're gonna make a right in front of Lowe's, not this street, but it's gonna be another street. But look, no matter who you are, you have to understand you fight together. That's why white people have got this powerful. Right here. No. Right there. Yeah. They have gotten this powerful because they don't leave each other out. They never say they not. You don't never hear a non-racist say they ashamed to be white. They had one agenda: to survive. They were dying. If you were dying, you do anything, but they got us doing anything for the old white man's dollar. Anything like kill your brother, kill your sister, sell your kids, sell your body. I mean, I'm not saying we wouldn't have these things in our society as black people. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that we would have a control. We won't be doing it because we wouldn't have we wouldn't have so many black women wanting to be a stripper. We wouldn't have so many black men wanting to be a drug dealer. We wouldn't have so many on drugs. Those are things that was put in place by the white system, and it's in the government. They infiltrated. They did this to us on purpose. Why? So that they can let them and their children benefit off of us. And then they created a whole job and a whole economy system for their people off of our obstruction, off of our oppression that they created. We was able to roam everywhere. There was no passports. They create crime and then tell everybody you need ID so we can identify you. But you cannot get on there and identify the whole world's oppressor without being called a racist. See how they control. We know that they lied. Everybody in the world knows they lied about Christopher Columbus Day, but yet only certain states is changing their books. We know they lied in the books, but they get away with it. They don't fix nothing. They don't fix nothing to benefit nothing for nobody but themselves. They don't do nothing but to benefit for themselves. But right now, I can't have that music. They benefit for themselves. That don't make no sense that they get to we watching these people use their white privilege like it's nothing in the world. We watching them use their white privilege where they can go because they don't feel no threat. How can you feel? That's why they don't feel no threat. That's why they don't get shot. That's why when they get pulled over, they don't get shot. When they look alike, they don't fear nobody. They don't fear. They fear what they are not. They look at us as animals. Yeah, they made up the jail to lock black people, but they also made money. So not just a black person getting locked up. Now you steal the money from the mamas and the sisters and the brothers and the children. Then you steal generational wealth. You steal education. You steal all kinds of stuff. You see what I'm saying? And then they do it, and then we got fines. Now they got police, people that don't look like us sitting in your neighborhood right now writing you a ticket. And they don't even, But they won't do the same. They give each other passes. Right now, they giving each other a pass because why? They white. That's the only thing that they can identify with that allows them to treat them different than us. What is the identifying factor where when a police walks up to another white person, they're not being shot like that? They want me and you to believe that everything is equal, but how come there's not a pandemic of black people fear for their life and shooting white people is just as much when we have as much to fear than anybody on this planet? We the only ones that can fear another race because we know what they have done and will do to us. Tisha One Beauty, treason and what crimes it all organized, direct violations of treaties. All this matters in human world court. That's why we trying to do a nation. Because we got to come together. We've been doing it wrong. We keep calling the same people that for years keep playing this string game like a cat. The Democrats throw the little ball and we give us this, give us that. The Democrats not racist. They love black people. They play the horn with us. Bill Clinton, they relate with us. Then the Republicans come in here and we hate the Republicans. They racist. They did this and that to us when it's really the Democrats writing all the laws and the policies that's locking us up and doing. The Republicans throw the ball. The Republicans gonna say this next 4 years, fuck that. This next 4 years is gonna be different. They stay posted in all poor black neighborhoods, right? They know where to go to. They know where the poverty at because they created it. They know where they don't invest in. They know the neighborhoods they don't invest in. It's called redlining. It's on their map. We got history books that said our government specifically left out a nation of its people because of the color of their skin, and they made money. They specifically left us out of farmland. They specifically stole from us. They know that this is done, but nobody is held responsible. But yet we're supposed to cry for the Jews. We're supposed to cry for everybody. They're sending billions of dollars to people that me and you don't know, that's over in Israel, Egypt, and everything. I know it's Africa, but honey, you got to take care of us first. They doing all kinds of stuff to us, but yet we can't do nothing. We're supposed to just keep sitting back hoping that one day that their God is going to change them. That one day that they're going to get this big epiphany from Jesus that they made up, and that it's going to change them, and then they're going to start treating us right. We putting our hope in the white man. Not Jesus, but the white man. You put your hope in Joe Biden. You put your hope in Bill Clinton. We put our hope in the Bush. We put our hope in Trump. We putting our hope in white men who have no clue how to run the world because they privileged. They don't even probably wipe their own ass. And we putting our hope in them. Like, share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Thank you for y'all's support. Thank you for following. Thank y'all for the response. It made me feel good that I have not been writing and researching and thinking about this in vain, because I have been thinking like, dang, we got so many programs. You don't know who to help, and the programs don't never really help us. The people that really need the help. The programs, all these programs, all this that's out here, people still getting shot. Nobody, family still getting money from the taxpayers and not the murderers. They still going around smiling, sleeping comfy at night. How can this keep going on? How? We still struggling. Nobody went back and redid them loan applications that these banks denied because of discrimination. We got discriminated schools. Nobody won't give. The U.S. won't even fix their own neighborhoods. They sit up here and let these white people get these neighborhoods and sit on them. Yeah, foreign aid. Everybody gets foreign aid. What you need foreign aid for when you got a whole neighborhoods filled with poor blacks, even people of color? How you, and that's why these white people think it's us, because they paint this picture that we were poor and they gave all the tax money is going to take care of all these poor blacks when we're not getting it. And the poor whites don't understand they're the ones getting most of the welfare money, because we're being discriminated so much where they come in our houses, and in order to get this welfare money, they want to know every Tom, Dick, and Harry that come your way, what you're doing, how you doing it. Then as soon as you get their little money and you done made a mistake or you made some money, they trying to put you in jail jail for fraud. It's a game. But white people don't act like they don't know this going on. So half the time, black people ain't on stamps or nothing because most of the time they making out men criminals or felons, so they can't even get the food stamps. So explain to me, how the hell do you sit back and believe that black people are taking the money? And these people are mad because they are so uneducated. They're educated to believe that we are the problem when they don't understand it's their grandparents and grandma. But because it's so much white pride that they got proud boys. These are grown ass, doofy ass, grown ass, uneducated men, not no proud boys. See how they do? They always minimize themselves in their hateful ways. Proud boys. No, y'all a bunch of fucking thugs. Killers and rapers and drug dealers, land stealers, resource takers. You ain't no proud boy. You a grown ass man. And they never have been held responsible for nothing that they do. Said I went to New York College. Bentley said they went to New York and had to pay millions of kids going for free and foreign agent students. That's right. These foreign aid students come. I was sitting in a restaurant one time. And the white people, which y'all don't understand, all these private schools are paid for by the government. They just write up the paper, just like Trump. Trump did his taxes where he don't pay taxes. But what they do, they educate themselves on their paperwork by leaving us uneducated where we can't even get past this, and they have us all confused. Then they fill our neighborhoods with bad foods, stuff that keep our minds messed up. They fill our vaccine with mess that's going to cripple our brains. Why? Why are they doing this? Why? So they can stay ahead. So in order to stay ahead, they're not the leaders of nothing. There's nobody to look up to if you got to cheat to stay ahead. Because they know that we are gods. They know that the melanin is Jesus. They know what we are. I said our people is in Area 51. You know how they always calling us the aliens. They know what they got. That's why they made sure they had rules so that we'll be scared to fight back and use and exercise our right, just like these racist ones that's on the Capitol today. What if that was us? Bump being shot. What if we all decided to get together and Martin Luther King? That's why they killed Malcolm X. That's why they barred Marcus Garvey. That's why they got rid of that you don't know about Frances Cress Welsing. Her books wasn't in our schools. That's why little black girls don't know about them. They only cared about what's her name? Now I'm not trying to be funny. What's our poet name? What's the poet name? Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou married white men. Long as we attach to white in some way or form or fashion, they okay with it. They okay with it. They going in there digging up tombs and stuff, putting our people's faces out there. When they show you the pictures, they're going to show you the closest thing that they can get to a white person. But when you get deep, deep, deep in these artifacts and these stuff that they done dug up, it's us. It's us. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's amazing. I'm watching white privilege before my face, and you are people being murdered. Blood always in the street, down the store. They shouldn't. But we get shot. It's a big to-do. Police on site. White boy get to walk down the street in the middle of it, deputize each other. Ain't that some shit? Deputize each other. He come out there with a gun, but he underage. So now, that's what I'm saying. This young white boy who knows nothing, who has privilege and he is superior over other races, that he can go into a riot. He has no idea what's going on. He knows what's going on. But his version is, we're out there and he get to shoot people and say he feared for his life. Ain't that some shit? Only what I want. Y'all always talking about, what do these white people right now today at this Capitol want, y'all? All these Trumps, what do they want? It's not about Trump, blame it on Trump. This shit happened after Mitch. The president said it. How come everybody ain't got $2,000? Right? The power don't lie, that's your $2,000. It was in Mitch McConnell's hand. They put flunkies up front. That's how they McConnell hand. They put flunkies up front. That's how they do. They put the black people up front. They take the results of the oppression that they gave us. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank y'all supporters for over my 1,000 subscribers. Thank y'all. Yes, it's straight BS. But what you see is that they're used to having their way. What do they want? Thank you. Tish One Beauty. I'm buffering. You still riding? No, I'm at the house now. I'm gonna come back live again. I'm at the house now. And we're gonna talk some more about just America. You know, straight no chaser with the queen. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is what you see white privilege in the making. They're mad because they got privilege. They're mad because nobody's supposed to tell them no, not the racist white people. They're mad because they want Mitch McConnell to stay there so that everything that they write, they just stole almost $4 trillion from us in the past year when they wrote these fake ass stimulus bills. And then when Trump wrote this fake ass was tax reform. They just robbed us. There's no more money to get. So what they want to do is start making more dumb people so that we won't fight back. Yup, they had enough money to give each American $10,000, and we could have stimulated the American system. That means everybody buying from each other. Blacks being able to build businesses and being able to fix up our houses and make our houses in our area and our places up to par and make it money. But no, they don't want that. They want to make it seem like there's a problem so that really the problem is them. They are on drugs. They like raping children and everything. So, but when you looking for the bad, they got to put the eye on the black people. So they got to have a sore spot in America for everybody to point to. Because if everybody was equal and everybody had equal opportunities, then the real criminals would have to stand up with their hands up. It's me. So what they do is play this game about racism. Then the racist whites hide behind all the other whites. They're not going to turn each other in. That's how racism and slavery went on for 400 years. Y'all can say white people wasn't racist. All white people wasn't racist, but all white people didn't. It was enough of them motherfuckers that they did not stop racism. They didn't stop slavery. It took us to march and fight and everything. They had a civil war and they still didn't stop slavery. What they did was reverse slavery. And voila, here we go in the ghettos and in their prisons. That's how they settled with each other. Because when Abraham emancipated and gave us land to go to, the white people say they don't like us. They gave us land to go to. They gave us states. They gave us 40 acres and a mule. They killed Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln gave them millions of dollars. He gave them money for each slave. They got welfare. Welfare is all these schools that they got. All this money coming from the government. But yet, when they label welfare, they put a black woman with a child, and they got the world thinking this one black woman with a child who's staying in a government project. And let me tell you, a government project ain't no different than buying a house, boo. If you own the plot of land, you own the plot of land. Everybody in America is paid for the land. Everybody pays taxes. We constantly paying for the land. So the land is paid for. So why we keep paying taxes? And then you paying finance charges. We paying taxes and finance charges. Okay, they say to keep up the streets and stuff. Okay. If people had jobs, we could keep up our own streets. It's enough money where we could circulate money in our own neighborhoods and stuff. But they don't want that because they have to set up a government where these rich white people can rob everybody in America by allowing white people who look like them, giving them an idea that they are worth something and allowing them to oppress us in the streets so that they can keep a permanent underclass of people where they can rob, enslave, because white people, their lands were full of prisons. They brought that prison mentality over to us. We didn't have prisons and borders. We had indentured servants. They want to trick you and make you think that we had slave. Indentured servant mean that person, we had enough respect that the person who committed the crime knew they had to stay with that family or had to work for that family to recuperate what they took from that family or that person. It was indentured. You indebted to me like a marriage. You decide you're going to take a bond together. That means the criminal and the victim bonded together, and that indentured servant had to work out whatever with his time and effort. But we are walking indentured servants, and we don't know it. We are indentured white supremacists are indentured servants, and black people, we are indentured servants now to this racist white America. Yeah, once you pay for the house, you still have to pay taxes on the land and this and that. You do house. Them people done got paid and everything, but it's the banks. And who are the banks? The central banks. Where are they at? All over Europe. There's barely any black central banks. The majority of central banks are France, all the Britain, the Vatican, all these white people together. That's where all the money is going to. Reason why America's in debt, because when they did this war and America fought the war from Britain to free themselves, they had to develop. So they borrowed money from other white people in Europe to develop the land over here. Then they was bringing in the Chinese. They were paying them. They was discriminating against them too. But then they figured out it wasn't enough for them. So it's enough for us black people to keep producing slaves. It's not enough for them. So they gave the Japanese and the white people a heads up. They skin look close enough so that they can reproduce and keep on the white supremacy while keeping the majority of the people in the planet, the heart of the planet, the people who think of ideas that come from God, the people who body so powerful, they absorb the sun rays and produce work. We absorb the sun rays and we are part of this planet. We are made for this planet. They are not. Our DNA is this planet. That's why they always searching DNA, because theirs keep coming up animals. We are human beings. They are mankind. So we are the only people that attacked are the human beings. A real human being look like us, or a light-skinned one, and you still produce melanin. It was a war against us. They let these other people come in and make money and keep us in the underclass because they know we are the smartest people, the strongest people walking. That's right. But these people are so privileged and keeping us down that they are fighting right now at the U.S. Capitol to keep me and you a slave. That's all the argument is about. To keep me and you poor, because you got to keep me a slave. What they do? How you keep a person a slave into you? Keep them poor, keep them without opportunities. That's what they're fighting for. They wanted Mitch to stay in there so they can drain us, because I told you by 2053, they said that the black wealth is going to be zero if we don't do anything about it. They buying up Bitcoin. They take over everything. We need our own nation so we can stand as one, so that they can stop individually attacking us. You attack one black person in the street, you attack the nation. You kill one black person in the street, then you're going to have to answer to the nation. I know the Nation of Islam out there and all that stuff, but it fits them and their religion. I love them. They give people security, but it is not helping everybody black. We need a nation within a nation, so that when we call up to the courts and we go before these judges, that we're not going by ourselves no more. They have given us a self-centered ideology. So that when you go to court, when something happens to you, I'm in another state I never know, so it's not my problem until it lands on my door. Then what they go, that state over there marching just like but then if we start getting together all over, from here to Africa to wherever, whoever want to be part of the nation, so we can start answering and addressing things with our individual, not mixed up with all this BS, ADOS, and all these other people who don't give a damn about us. That way, when you shoot one of us, we get together. We want to be a nation so strong, nobody is the leader. We are people, human beings. That way we decide if we are a nation together, we can get together and start putting a lawsuit together. We know what we fighting for. The problem is we ain't sued their ass as a nation. That's the problem. Everybody want to be a group. You making a nonprofit under a system that is the system. They're not going to let you go so far. We got to stop trying to do business with America. America is part of a nation, the United Nations. America's justification for going to other people's countries and waging war and killing them is because they say that they are unjust to their citizens. But yet, they unjust to us. It's on film now. We got thousands of cases, and they got no cases to prove any of us are violent to white people. Anybody is going to come across crime, whether you black, white, Chinese, some people going to cross each other's path. But when there is a whole race of people constantly, where you know, we can say in a month or two, there's probably going to be a white police officer that shoots a black person and get away with it. We know this. And they want us to think that we should accept this and be normal. No. We got to start writing letters. The nation of this wants answers. The money we raise as a nation, we want to be able to go to the world court and sue some of these U.S. cities, police departments. Stop the rioting. Send letters and where people, everything as a nation, we move as a nation. No buying from Walmart. As a nation, we have lists of black businesses and we get our shit together. It's going to take a lot to get organized. So we can't be discouraged. We got to pick up where everybody else was doing, from the Black Panthers to Malcolm X to everybody, to Marcus Garvey, to the Francis Cress Welsing, to John Clark. We got to put it all together. We are a whole bunch of pieces that was not put together and speak in one voice. That's the problem. That's why they kept saying we ain't getting reparations, because, oh, I ain't black, I ain't this. Okay, let's get a nation then. Let's just solve all this. I ain't black, I'm more, I'm this. Let everybody, whatever you respectfully call yourself, join one nation. You still call yourself what you want, or slash the nation. Because somebody need to start being held accountable for the black bodies dropping in these streets. Somebody needs to be held accountable. That's right. Somebody needs to be held accountable for everybody dying. Black people dying left and right for COVID. We ain't even got half the passports, but yet they brung their diseases to us, and America's not protecting us. They giving us $600 like everybody else. There needs people already done said these white people are more healthy than us because of the lifestyle and the privilege that they got, but yet we got no other special treatment. Everybody get the same thing. They play this equality shit. So let them have their shit. And let's start building. That's right. Like I said, follow me, Straight No Chaser with the Queen. Email me, straightnochaserwiththequeen@gmail.com, if you want to know about the nation. We're gonna start our meeting. What is today? Thursday. We'll start, if y'all available. I'm gonna send everybody that's in my thing an email. And I'm gonna see maybe Saturday. That way everybody get past work, and maybe we can get everybody wake up with some coffee, and we'll get I'm gonna try this Google meeting, and we try to all get on there, and we just start talking and building. We'll start appointing who gonna keep notes, we'll all keep notes, but have the secretary. We start rewriting my notes and stuff. Right there, Straight No Chaser with the Queen @gmail.com. Pride Bentley, I think, just put it up there. Straight is STR8 with the Queen. Straight No Chaser with the Queen @gmail.com. Because we gotta show them that we serious. Thank you, Beatzilla. I got your email. I sent you. I don't know if you got all three of them. Because I sent everybody 3 emails. I sent the one. And what y'all saw in my email that's why I was trying to tell you, I'm looking for years. Like if I get up here, what can we offer? So in my email, I was searching towns. It's empty towns. Y'all, there's towns all over the world, not just in America. What I was looking at is that they took all the land from us, right? So how do they do? Everything is digital. So if we got different territories, all our territories to equal be 1. You got 2. I sent you a 3rd one. I'm going to send it again. I'll send you the 3rd one. That was the one with I said phase 2. Did you get the first email? Then I sent an email said phase 1. That was when I was saying safe places, and then phase 2 was safe places, and that's when I was going to name the nation Albuquerque for the old name that used to be Africa. And so that's why I said we can still talk about it. I'm saying even, but as we all get in a group, I just want this to be a group effort and stuff, like we see what's more comfortable. If y'all like the word even, so that we can start trying to get, solidified our paperwork together, start writing the UN, start trying to be recognized as a nation as we build, because we got 4 years to show these motherfuckers you're not going to do the same thing to us and think you're just going to get our vote, because we're going to have dual membership. Dual membership, meaning we part of our nation, that we declare ourselves a nation because our government is unjust. Our government is unjust. They steal and rob and rape us and kill us and look the other way. And we got proof that they sit and they don't fear their lives when it's a white man with a gun. But they fear for their lives when they see black skin. No matter what it is, even if their back is to them. Even if a black person back is to them. They still fear for their life. So we got a problem. Because the problem is these people don't like black people. Because that's the only thing that's make us different from them, that shows the difference. Because there's a problem with white people always shooting black people. But somehow black people are not shooting white people on a regular basis. That's right. Yup, no mask, they don't care. Then these people, they enforce the law by saying they going to arrest people who breaking the law of quarantining too many people gathering. But yeah, you're going to take these same people that you say is gathering, a law that you say is just, and you piling a bunch of people in another place with strangers. At least if they did catch it in their own gathering, they can narrow down where they got it from. But now you coming in here as police officers, and then y'all taking people to jail, and yet these white people, they don't care, because to them only people suffering are who? Black people, because that's what the word is out in the media. The word is out that black people dying, white people get it okay. They want us to take the vaccine first because we're humans. They want to see what happens to us first. But like I said, I'm gonna shoot for Saturday. And once we on there, I'm gonna get my times together when I go live, cause my cable just got cut on, and I'm gonna pick my times of when we go live and everything. So, and thank you, Black Mama, for your donation. Thank you, James. Thank you all that donate and help. And like I said, we get a list of all of y'all that's in there has a black business. I know 7 Elements. We supposed to do some film. I don't think they're on here. Where if y'all got black businesses, this is going to be where we need to write down all the businesses of us that's here, so that we can know what you selling, what you got, so that we can start trying to do business with you. We need to start breaking habits. Like little things can, you can break them little thing habits. Like if, like I said before, if somebody's selling shirts or washing powder, let's get it from one person. Hopefully, maybe if we all join this nation and everybody get a shot. She is here in Vegas, really? Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna have her on the show. She gonna teach us some stuff. And anybody that's a teacher, whatever you have to bring, Beatzilla, I think you do beats, music and stuff and everything. We gotta understand we are a nation. We're just separated. All we gonna do is virtually bring ourselves together so that we could be one. We could be one. No matter what group you in, I don't care what you call yourself. That's why I always said it. I didn't mean to offend nobody. Then I started listening to people. That's why I said whatever you respectfully call yourself. Because I look at the end of the day, them people don't care who you is. They looking at this skin, honey. Even if it's the back, even if their back, even if a black person back is to them, they shooting because they see black skin. Favorable Child said, I sell soaps and candle. I will email you. Okay. And when we get in our meeting for the nation, everybody that's going to be in the meeting, everybody that's emailing me, I was giving it the time so I can write down everybody email. Yes, she does. And I'm going to talk with her because I do business with her too. God is masterpiece. And I want her to be part. I would love anybody to be part. I was going to do a video. I heard about the Michi and Grandmaster Jay, but I still support NF. See what they need. What we have to understand is that sometimes we got rogue people in organizations, but we got to all know that we still fighting the same cause. We're not gonna be perfect with each other. See, that's what people are looking for. They have black people thinking that y'all all got to get along, y'all all got to be on the same page. Have to like the same thing and have the same views to work. No, what we have to understand is that we have the same views. We all want our humanity. White people, you see them Democrats, Republicans, libertarians and all that, but they still got one cause, that they white supremacy. They still got that one thing, white supremacy. So what we got to do, black supremacy. We gonna get our crowns and thrones back. We gonna sit ourselves on them. They don't want to give us the land. We gonna build on top of theirs. mentally. Yeah, a lot of people don't, and I know people don't like him, rough around him. People don't like me. What we have to understand is a lot of people. People don't like Tyreek Nasheed. People don't like Boyce Watkins. People don't like different people, but we all black. That's what we got. That's all I'm looking at. I'm finna do like a horse with blinders. I'm just ahead because I just want to bring all our black people together. We can fight with each other later. Right now, we at a war. We at an ancient war. Right now, we ain't got time to be arguing with each other in this burning house. Right now, I need you to come with me. We'll argue on our own shit later. But right now, we done did too much. Right now, we right here. Right now, the planet's lining up. Right now, everything is going our way. Right now, our voice has been heard. Right now, we done broke through. Right now, I don't need to argue with my brothers and sisters. We'll argue later. Brothers and sisters argue and fight all the time. We are different. We are not going to be the same. We're not going to always get along. Understand that's what the white people do. They don't like, some white people don't like their racist uncle. And some people don't like they uncles that lynch people at the same time. They still sat down and ate dinner together. That's right. We on one accord. We got to do something. I made it up in my mind that if I had people that will follow this nation, I want to build with us that way. Because the problem is I see everybody saying this, that. Most people don't want to join NFAC because they don't like Grandmaster Jay. Most people don't want to join this organization because they don't want this. I was thinking maybe if we just have a platform that any organization that is black, that is B1, black people first, no matter what you are. I don't care if you LBGT. I don't give a damn what you are. If you could identify as black and you know what the problem is and you ready to see the goal, I want a nation that we know that we are going to speak as one. We understand we different, but we going to speak as one. Some of us still going to celebrate Christmas, some not, but we all going to speak as one because when we look in the mirror, what we see. When you look at your children, what you see. Do you see George Floyd? Do you see Breonna Thomas? That's right. People that trust. But the leaders, the people that start off with me, we're going to be the leaders of this. That's why I want everybody that's going to sign up now. Because we're going to have a bond of trust. Then everybody else that come in, we're going to have to at Favorable says that turmeric soap had my skin so smooth and clear. Oh, somebody got turmeric soap. So that's what I'm saying. Favorable child, I don't know. You might have. But make sure you email me so we can get a list. And even if y'all ain't in the nation, even if people don't want to lead and be leaders on the nation board, we still want you to be a member. So that we'll have a group of black people that will buy from you to support you. You see what I'm saying? We got to give each other something. That's what they got us as black people supporting everybody but us. Thank you. I be having to control this sometimes. Tish said, Tina, you have a certain level of authority when you speak truth. You can only respect this monarch as God's chosen. You know what's so funny? I told my mom I'm going to do a show because when I was little, I used to have a speech impediment. And I used to speak, and my mama would say I had my own language. My mom used to think people would jump at me as a little girl because I'd just be out there. And she said a crowd of people will always be standing around me, and I'd just be talking, and people just listen. And that's why I told the ancestors, okay, I'm going to come out my shell. I'm always in my family ear, but I'm going to come out my shell, and I'm gonna come on here, and I was like, I'm gonna let the ancestors lead me. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna let the ancestors lead me, and I feel it. I said I got to do something with this energy. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, dang, if I could just tell people like this is all we got to do. It's hard, but it's simple. It's hard, yes, it is, because I went through so many churches and I just didn't ever feel right. And that voice used to say, no, I was going to preach. I went through church a lot. I was a deaconess. I was a teacher. I was going to be an evangelist. And I remember when I came to the church and I just kind of left the church, and because it just like wasn't the same. And then that's when I started knowing about being woke, and now things are coming together. Now I understand. As a little child, my mom and my family, they're going to be on my show. I told you I got another channel that I'm gonna make for behind the scenes, because I'm gonna go hard on this channel. They kind of give more of a family look, and I have it built. And my mom and my family will tell you I always been weird. I always had imaginary friends, she said. They used to say, they laugh at me now, like, you still talk to all them people, your imaginary friend? I like, yeah, but now they ain't outside. They were fine with me. I ain't know nothing different. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta use it. My friends, I always been a to myself, because I knew that, I just didn't fit in. I tried to fit in doing stupid shit, and it just didn't do right with me. When I was in the streets, when I be out in the streets, I'd be turning around telling people, no, we should not do this. I preach to everybody. People always tell me to shut up when I'm in the streets. So when I come to the streets, that's why I want to do my documentary. Somebody said you can't see me. When I do my documentary, I'm gonna go to the streets. See, I'm up here at my house. Child, I gotta put up a lot of stuff. I've just been so tired, because in the middle of moving, I've been working and stuff too. I was in church, and I believe. When I believe in something, I believe, because and then I used to have dreams. I always had dreams. My husband's them never could get away, family, this and that. So I'm just to the point now, I'm accepting who I am. And I'm not calling myself no religion, because it never fit me, and now I feel freer in my spirit when I say I'm spiritual. My religion is the heavens. My religion is the universe. My ancestors, the trees speak. You can hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's so much if we would just take the time. That's why meditation is good, because you got so much energy in there. We gotta focus it. And I realized that white supremacy keep us so busy that we don't have time to, you know what I'm saying, to focus on the things that's going to help us. Everything we need is on the inside of us, and I hear them voices I've always as a child. I can hear it. I can see it. They married the other Wall Street lawyer. She calls me the visionary. That's right. I love to go outside and watch the stars. Sometimes my husband, he drives me. And when I was little, I was singing what they told me. So page, so that way the grown folks over here, we go a little bit, and on the other one you kind of see more of my family and more of the stuff I like. Yeah, I noticed that YouTube takes down people. I noticed that I couldn't even find footage, because they hide themselves. They never want to be the enemy. The face of the enemy is supposed to be black people, not them. They don't want people to see the two sides of America. They don't want you to see what's right in your face. And now you got evidence to show how they treat white people different from black people. They don't want that. That's what they don't want, because when you have evidence, then they can't keep making up lies. But then they'll be, well, just shoot them. That's why they fear for their life. They don't fear for their life. They just don't want to be held accountable or have to be answered to by nobody black. The police gets insulted. But like I said, we got so much. Like I said, out here, some stuff you think is stars that's twinkling, honey, those are universes. I feel like the pineal gland is your soul. Our people, this body is never going to leave Earth. Y'all know that. These white people always trying to go to another planet. When you get out there, you stretch, because the universe is a whirlpool. It's always turning. It stretches you, right? You look it up. The people that leave from space, they come back, they taller. You'll be stretched for a long time, but you'll be stretched out. The only way I believe that these people that we travel other planets was our pineal gland. Our pineal gland it holds your DNA. Just think about it. So when you go somewhere else and life develops, the pineal gland holds all the memories. You know how it's like muscle memory. A baby don't know what to do, but it knows it's hungry, and it's going to keep picking up stuff and putting it to the mouth. It's automatic. That's how I believe our ancestors traveled the universe, by seeing the pineal gland. And then as you produce people and children, that memory comes up. You know how people say, I've been here before? But they stopped that. They saying now our DNA is passing down PTSD, stress. That's why we got angry people. We got so much going on. But again, like I said, y'all look at that state capitol. See how they do this. Watch how many videos you see. Look at how they set the stage. Look at how they protect themselves. Look at how nobody is injured. And if they are, they hide it. Look at how they handled it. Look at how they got prepared so that the white people wouldn't be so bad tonight. So they wanted to prepare everything and clear everybody out. So they prepare themselves so they won't hurt themselves. Because that's their uncles and cousins and grandparents and sisters and mamas and nieces and nephews. That's who's out there. The senators, the rioters, and the police. They're all the same family. So you have a beautiful, blessed night. I might be on here later. I'm going here and do some stuff, and I might be back on here later, but I will get back with you. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed night. Peace.